Hey guys, welcome back. This is By the Book, and we are your married relationship coaches. Today we're still talking about Married at First Sight, Season 14, Episode 16. Finally getting to Steve and Noi, talking about where they've been and where they're going. What are they going to do for Decision Day? This has probably been, I don't know, babe, let me know if you agree with me, but this has probably been the strongest couple as far as us believing all along that they were going to say yes. Mm-hmm. Today is no exception for me. I believe that they're going to say yes. I think that they try to play up a little bit of drama to leave us on the edge of our seats, make it a little suspenseful, but I'm not sold. I think that they've reached an understanding with pretty much every issue. This episode, they did try to bring up a couple of things. One thing notably that didn't come up was social media usage by Noi. That seemed like it was a big issue at the time. And I don't know, I guess they just said, we'll agree to disagree and walked away from that issue. It hasn't been addressed. So it would be interesting if it came up on Decision Day as part of Steve's decision. But, I mean, it's hard for me to believe that because we just saw him looking for rings. So I just think he's sold, and I think if he's sold, she's going to be sold as well. Babe, where are you?
I think, I kind of agree with you. I think Noi's going to say no, though. I think he's going to say yes, and I think Noi's going to say no.
Really?
I do. I think the whole job thing, I don't think she's made peace with that in her head. I think that's a real need for her. And we've seen her not be able or willing to compromise on anything, from dogs sleeping in the bed to 3 children to anything. She's not willing to compromise at all. And so, and then we see this man on the flip side of that who's unemployed buying a $10,000 ring. I mean, this man who's unemployed got some money, So he's all in. He's got the buy-in. He's all in. He wants her to say yes.
Yeah, I think he expects her to say yes as well, and that's one of the more strong reasons why I feel like she is going to say yes, because I feel like they had to have had a conversation. Because who goes out and buys an expensive wedding ring when it's up in the air whether or not the person is going to say no? Mm-hmm. I just don't think so. I think that she seemed very smitten with him. I think she likes the idea of being married. I do think she has some holdbacks as far as like her own independence and wanting to like live alone for a while, whatever that's about. She's young and she acts young. To me, she's kind of immature.
Very.
But I do still think that she wants to be in the marriage. So I think I see her saying yes, especially if he gives her a ring on the spot on Decision Day. Mm-hmm. She's going to say yes. No way around it. Like, it's hard to say no to that,
Yeah, maybe. I suppose so. It depends on when he gives the ring. He could be.
No, he better come on out and give it if he wants. Don't use that as a last resort. He probably will ask them to ask him first, and he'll be like, and as a matter of fact, here's this ring in my pocket, and propose. Now, if she says no, then that will be a hard pill to swallow.
Yeah, I don't, to be honest with you, I mean, I gotta give kudos. I gotta give some props to Steve. I mean, because he has definitely been the most mature and relationship ready person that I think we've ever seen.
For sure.
on this show. And he had it down pat. This man been reading some books, some relationship books for real. And so they put him with someone who's very relationship immature. And he, again, I clap my hand for him because he's been doing a real good job, especially with what they gave him.
Yeah.
And so I think true to form, he wants to be married. He's going to try to steer that boat right into Decision Day with a yes. And I think that's a whole big part of the ring and all of that good stuff. But Noi don't even want to let go her studio apartment. So I think she's going to say no. And I think from her standpoint, it would probably be a good thing because eventually the most mature person, the person who's keeping everything balanced and keeping everything peaceful, eventually it kind of runs out. You know, you want your partner to be able to hold this thing up with you as well. And so, you know, if they both do say yes, I don't see it lasting.
Really? I don't see, well, you know what? I don't actually see, if they say yes, I don't see his job situation honestly being a deal breaker. Because I think once they say yes, it's going to be like a new level to their marriage, right? Like, I think they're going to share more. If he hasn't talked to her about like what's in his bank account, I think it'll come out then, and she'll be like, oh, fine, we're good, you know, and be comfortable with that. I think if anything, it probably would be a matter of like her being oversharey on social media. I could see that arising again as a big issue. Number one reason is because it was never really settled. They walked away from that issue, at least without us ever hearing a resolution. And he felt strongly about it, and she felt strongly about it. So I could see that being a clash and a bump of heads many times over. Because some people just post on social media constantly. And so if he's not feeling that, I can see that arising as an issue. But not much else. And in the grand scheme of things, they should be able to work something like that out. I just see them saying yes. And I mean, for God's sake, if they don't say yes, didn't we say every other couple is going to say no?
Pretty much.
That would be a first time, maybe, right? In Married at First Sight history, every couple saying no.
But I think it would be very well deserved.
No way.
For the couples that they continue to put together. You know, that the experts put together. No, I don't think so. But yes, it would be very well deserved that if everybody just was just like, man, forget this show. And everybody just say no.
Well, we'll see, guys. Let us know what you think. If you think Steve and Noi is the power couple that I think they are. I mean, by default, they're the strongest couple. And I think they're the couple that has the best chance of walking away saying yes. If you see otherwise, let us know. Let us know if you agree with me or anything else. Because I can't think of anything else with Steve and Noi that would be an issue. I just don't. I don't know. They don't have big ticket issues to me.
They don't.
You know, I think they're just blowing stuff up for production's sake. So, I mean, if I'm missing something, like I said, let me know. And that's it for us today. Like, share, subscribe, and we'll talk to you guys soon.
Bye.